Hey guys, welcome to another commentary done by Diggity. This is going to be a match between Andrew, who's actually part of UCSD. Shout out to him. Also, a quick shout out to Luke, who had tragedy strike his family recently. Going to give him a very special shout out. Thoughts and prayers out to him. Also, random, aka Random Korean. Yeah, he's a great guy. Very excellent StarCraft player. I think he actually dropped out of the CSL individual leagues as a result. But yeah, he's a great guy. Want to give that huge shout out to him. Anyway, CSL Andrew starting at the 3 o'clock position. Hey, what's your name? It's CSL Andrew, of course. 3 o'clock position as the orange Zerg. 9 o'clock position, we have SMI Frozen for Duke, representing the east as the red protoss, and this is going to be on Heartbreak Ridge, which is a difficult map for protoss just because, first of all, you've got this little patch back here, which Zerg can be very clever and mine out, so you really got to worry about that ramp even when you're placing your core. And let's see how placing your forge. I feel like it looks like Frozen's going to play a little bit forward. I feel like you've actually got to play a little bit further back and kind of actually use your Nexus as part of your blockade, which can expose your probe line somewhat. But yeah, I feel like it's safer to put your cannons a little further back to deal with Zerglings that might be running by. Additionally, this is extremely good Zergling run by territory. We're just all in Zergling territory as it is. Let's see what Andrew's up to as far as his play goes. That looks like he's already got an Overlord out in the field. Looks like he is going Overlord first. Looks like he's showing 9 pool or 9 hatchery at this stage, engaging a probe. And this is actually clever. I think he was sending this probe out to scout a little bit just to make sure he wasn't getting cheesed, but instead this probe is almost going out at the 12th position. That might have been intentional. Now he's acting like he's got that hatchery up just to provide a little bit of denial. Maybe hope that on that opposite end we're going to see Frozen go for Nexus first. Well, he, in fact, is going for a spawning pool first. He's going to be a little bit more clever, send out some Zerglings to start. He's like, oh, I'm putting down my hatchery, and keeping that probe occupied. While, in fact, yes, he's got that spawning pool building, and he's going to be sending Zerglings out. Looks like Frozen did not, in fact, fall for it. Looks like he's, in fact, going to be able to get his cannons up in time. And actually doesn't have a probe in position to place the cannons right when he needs to. So he's going to have a little bit of delay here. And, yeah, it looks like a couple Zerglings going to be produced. Actually, this cannon is going to be really, really late. And in the meantime, a little bit of sneakiness here. I like that Andrew, while that probe was away, brought his drone to that northern position to put a second hatchery there. But if he gets a really good run at this front door, these cannons have been placed extremely late. The Zerglings should be able to rush out here. They're just now spawning. And granted, this is a pretty wide map, but yeah, if he shoots this cannon will just be warping in as those Zerglings are coming across. And additionally, that second cannon won't be warped in. He should be able to take out both and end the game right here. Let's see if he decides to do so. One thing about having this hatchery to this northern position, actually looks like he's not going to dedicate all 6, which is a bit unfortunate. Got to root for the UCSD home team, of course, but unfortunate. Yeah, well, this hatchery at the let's see if he dedicates his Zerglings. Let me actually pay attention. It looks like he is going to back off. That's sad because you can see how late this cannon's coming compared to where those Zerglings were, and it looks like also that gateway is now going to be able to be placed in front. So it looks like Frozen is going to be able to get a pretty decent seal. That hatchery at the off position, that's also going to delay the economy a little bit. Yes, it looks like Andrew was able to force those 2 cannons down, which delay the economy somewhat, but at the same time, yeah, that versus a game win, go for the game win, I guess. So it looks like 3 hatcheries being placed down. Let's see how Andrew decides to play it from here. Mutalisks on this map are extremely strong, and I almost feel like it's more worthwhile to go 3 hatch Mutalisk just to open, especially against what a lot of Protoss have been doing lately. I don't feel like Protoss have really got a good, aside from kind of all-in mid-game stuff, they really don't have a good answer for the 5-hatch build at this stage. But even going 3-hatch Muto on this map, you just got such an exposed natural secondary. You can see the Mutalisk can just hammer that, and you can control that ramp should Dragoons decide to get in the fray right there. But it's just so difficult to defend there. You can go between that and the main. If you decide to go drop, that's also powerful. There's just a lot of options for Zerg on this map. Looks like Andrew's economy is going to be delayed a little bit because he's not able to transfer drones to that 12 o'clock position, to that 1 o'clock position as rapidly. But at the same time, he does have that base up and running. We couple Zerglings back, and let's see what sort of build he's going to go for. It looks like he's going straight to lair. I think he is in fact going to go for the 3-hatch build right here. He's got the 3 drones on gas and now transferring drones a little bit later than usual again to that natural expansion. Just a single Zergling planted on the front door, not going to expose what he's doing here. And we do have a Zealot and some additional Zealots being built. It looks like Cybernetics core and that standard Stargate as well up here. And it looks like Andrew is in fact going to be able to see it, but let's see if he decides to back off. I do like this probe at the forward position. Let's see if he plants a pylon right there, just to see any drops maybe a little bit earlier, and additional gateways being planted alongside. So it looks like we've got the 3 gateways total. So you might see kind of a kickback to more the quick zealot Corsair builds that we've seen back in the day, where you'd basically plop down 3 gateways, go a little bit more zealot heavy, a little bit more Corsair heavy to start, rather than kind of your traditional Bisu build with the Dark Templar, which delays that tech, but it definitely gives you position a little bit post that. If Zeus Andrew does in fact decide to go for Mutalisks, which it looks like he is, he'll be in a really good position to fight that off, and he'll have a pretty good strong throttle hold on map control. It looks like the 2 Zealots able to run out and get a kill, and it looks like a Dragoon out, maybe to deny. Oh, actually, additional Dragoons being built as well as range. So it looks like we're going to see some sort of quick transition, some sort of timing attack. But again, I think never mind. Actually, an additional hatchery being placed a little bit later than I was hoping for in Andrew's front door, and if he goes for that 5 hatchery build, especially against actually 5th hatchery to the north, and actually doesn't even have his hatchery, doesn't even have the Scourge up in the air, playing very risky up this stage, doesn't have the Hydros Den as well. He needs to get units out to stop this, otherwise he's going to be completely unitless to stop these Dragoons when they start moving out in the field. And also that Corsair, if it can actually scoot out there, see exactly what it wants to see, these 5 hatcheries kind of planted across here, and basically no attack units. Essentially, Frozen is just going to be able to roll over the attack troops on the front door, and it looks like an Overlord was killed here at this mid position, which is going to also supply cap, which is going to be absolutely devastating. Supply cap Andrew, so he's not going to have a lot to defend against this at all. That single creep colony is not going to be enough, particularly against Dragoons with range on this front door. And this is a really clever timing attack, I've got to say. Actually, I've been seeing a lot of Protoss players go for kind of 2 gate plus 1 Zealot with speed, transition back to Corsair. I think that's actually been the best, I think, answer to this. And right now you can see just a bunch of Dragoons, a bunch of Zealots, and no attack troops on the opposite end. Basically, Andrew has nothing to try to defend this, and it looks like, yeah, Frozen knows it, running in, going to easily be able to take that Sunken colony out. And it's basically got to be Zerglings and nothing but Zerglings. But with those Zealots to support and more attack troops coming in, I think it's just going to be too many Dragoons. Yeah, too many Dragoons to try to defend this. And it looks like he's going to end up losing his Hydralisk Den as well. He's not going to have the Hydralisk to support. Andrew desperately trying to get down some Sunken colonies to try to defend this. And he's already got a couple Zerglings out, but those 2 Zealots just have to act as a buffer. And if there is just a mass amount of Dragoons, mass Dragoons, particularly in kind of those isolated quarters, they really can eat through Zerglings if the Zerglings can't get surround on them. And it looks like these Sunken colonies getting knocked down before they're even going up. It looks like Frozen has in fact won this match just with a very nice timing attack. Let's see how long Andrew can fight this out. Looks like another Sunken colony not even going to have an opportunity to go up. Definitely losing his natural secondary and these 2 hatcheries to the north. It looks like he's continuing to produce Zerglings to try to defend this, but again, just too many Dragoons, not enough Zerglings. They're not able to get a good surround on. It looks like they were able to take out 1 Dragoon, but you can see they just go into it's almost like carotid arteries right here, just stem the flow, force the Zerglings to come in these batch. They can only attack 1 Dragoon at a time. In the meantime, they're just getting picked off one by one, and more Dragoons come in this attack force. In the meantime, there's absolutely nothing that Andrew can do to stop these Corsairs from taking out his Overlords. So I think this is going to be it. Frozen continuing to send out the Dragoons just out of 3 gateways. Looks like he's going to put down a Citadel of Adun as well. Maybe go up to Templar Tech, maybe even get some speed zealots. Honestly, with just the Dragoons he's got on the ground, as long as he keeps them grouped, looks like a couple of them wandering away, he'll be able to win this, because the Zergling's really not going to be able to get a good shot at running in there. It looks like that natural secondary has been just absolutely annihilated. Zergling's continuing to flood in. Looks like they're trying to get a good surround, not quite able to, getting spread out a little bit here. The Dragoons being microed back. 1 Dragoon getting taken out for all of those Zerglings, and right now Andrew just not able to push his way through this. Going to have to GG. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Looks like East is going to go up 2-1 over West. Hope you guys actually, I think it's now tied 1-1, second match. Losing track here. It's doing these in retrospect. Thanks for listening. Moving on to the next match now.